Hello, I'm Braden Ireland, and today I will be talking about a mathematician called Yuri Vasilyevich Koslov, his last name not to be confused with Coleslaw. Koslov was born August 25th, 1867, in Ust Novgorod, Guberia, Russia. And that on this map is right here. He went to school in St. Petersburg, Russia, in a gymnasium which, despite what you might think it is, it's a senior secondary school. His love for physics and mathematics simply made him a nerd. But people love nerds. Just look at Urkel. And I mean, look at Urkel now. He then went to the Faculty of Physics and Mathematics at the University of St. Petersburg. Got his first degree in 1889 and then continued to study so he would be able to teach. He passed his master's exam in 1893 and then went on to write his dissertation. The idea he discussed in his dissertation he first visited in 1898, and it was, in his words, a discovery of a new integrated case of motion for a top on a smooth surface related to the turning of a solid body about a fixed point. This allowed him to get his master's, and in Russia, a master's is a PhD, which is like something a doctor would have. In 1908, he began working on his doctoral thesis, which he needed so then he could get his doctoral qualification. He centered this around the theory of elasticity. It contained Koslov formulas for expressing components of stress tension and displacement vectors. Vladimir Steklov was in charge of reviewing his thesis, and he kind of thought that the way he got his formulas was too easy, and therefore he thought they were wrong. Of course, because of Koslov being a brilliant mathematician and being really good at his writing, Steklov wasn't able to find anything wrong. These theories were published by Koslov in 1909, but he was actually not the first to have these theories, even though he is credited with this theory of elasticity. About 10 years earlier, a man by the name of Sergei Chapdin had gotten to these ideas earlier, but he didn't think they were important, so he threw them in the trash. He then decided in 1913 to go back to St. Petersburg, and on his first day back in the Electrotechnical Institute, he became the head of theoretical mechanics. And then in 1916, at the University of St. Petersburg, he became the head of the Department of Theoretical Mechanics. In 1931, he was elected as a member of the Academy of Sciences of the USSR. On November 7, 1936, he died in Leningrad, Russia. To finish up his story, I want to go back to something he studied in 1907. Koslov and a British engineer 7 years after him named Charles Edward Inglis studied the struggles around an elliptical hole. Physicists use this today to make sure stress stays at safe levels, and honestly, with finals coming up, I feel like this ties in with us getting stressed out and needing to keep it at safe levels too. At the end of the day, Koslov was a man who loved physics and mathematics and was able to make a name for himself in those areas, and ended up doing what he loved, and I think that's pretty great. Thank you for listening.